Hello everybody, thank you for watching this video. I hope that you are going to enjoy it. Today we are checking out the Flywoo Flylens 85. This is the analog version. It does come in multiple versions. You do have the HDZero, Walksnail, and of course the DJI version. Now the reason I went with the analog version is simply because it was the cheapest version. Now there's actually another version that is cheaper than this one, and that one goes for 135. And that one does not come with any VTX, and I didn't really want to mess with adding VTX, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna pay 175, that's the price of this guy, and just have everything ready to go. I wanted something new to fly inside my house. So far I've been using my Flywoo, and just in case you're wondering what the size difference between the 85 and the 2.5 inch, that's what it looked like. Even though the size is pretty much about the same, but I would say this guy is much heavier and it definitely a lot more powerful. You got much bigger motor on it, and the weight of this guy is 144 grams, while the weight of the Flywoo Flylens 85, that is a mouthful, is about 62 grams. The couple thing I can say is that, first of all, the build look pretty good. Seems like it should be able to take a little bit of beating. The prop guard tough enough. There's a little bit of flex, but I would say since this is a pretty light flying drone, it would take a lot to break the prop guard. It does come with a small motor. Those I think are like 1003, smallest motor I ever seen. You can use them on either 2S or 1S. I'm gonna be flying them with 2S because I don't have any 1S. I like the way they got the little camera mounted on it. It's like a little anti-vibration device on it. Now, I say that is mostly for your O3 air unit because, you know, O3 kind of have issue vibration. But I would say definitely will work pretty good on the analog system. Codex camera, I'm not really sure which camera this one is. My favorite Codex camera is the Ratel 2. So we're gonna give this a try. If I don't like the image, I just swap the camera and use the Ratel. Flight controller we're using is a 5-in-1, and that is the Goku 405. Not really sure why they call it 5-in-1 because you have your ESC, which is 4, and you got a integrated express ELIS, which makes it 5, and you also have a VTX that makes it 6, so it should be more like 6-in-1. I don't know. The VTX has a max power of 400 milliwatts, so that should be pretty enough to fly around the house. Alright guys, so we're gonna start our setup by binding the drone to the transmitter. First thing we're gonna need to do is go into your transmitter into the Express LRS Lua. With this little flight controller, you can power everything pretty much from your USB. There you go, the light is on. Let me show you exactly what we're gonna be working with. You got that little green light, and that is our Express LRS receiver. Now we're not going to be using the Wi-Fi method to bind this drone. What we're going to be using is the on and off 3 times quickly. That's going to put the receiver into binding mode. So I'm going to do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be unplugging my USB from my computer and back on 3 times. All right, let's go. That 1, that 2. So you're getting the double blinking. That means we're in binding mode. And on my transmitter, only thing I need to do now is we're gonna go all the way to bind, and we're gonna push the bind button, and that should be it. Alright guys, now that we are done binding the drone to the Express LRS module, we can just go ahead and jump into beta flight. Now I'm not gonna go into everything in beta flight, but I have to say kudos to Flywoo because they have pretty much everything set up on beta flight, so you really don't need to change that many things. But I'm going to show you what I end up changing. Your port is already set up, so you don't need to mess with that. As far as configuration go, the only thing I end up changing is right here. Since this drone does not have a beeper, I'm going to be using motor beep, so that's the only thing I end up changing. Power, battery, don't need to mess with it. Fail safe, you don't need to mess with it. Preset, don't need to mess with it. Everything is already set up for you, and so is the tune. Everything is set up. tune wise. And I think the only thing I wanted to change here, I wanted to put my rate. Alright, so those are my rate. I do use the keys rate. I like them better than Beta Flight if you want to copy it. This is a cinewhoop, so I fly pretty low rate on this, especially since I'm going to be flying it inside in my house. As far as filter, it look like you just have your default filter and the receiver. What I end up doing my receiver, I just had to change my endpoints because they were not matching with my transmitter. And we're gonna turn the telemetry on. So we are back here, and in the mode I end up making some changes. One of the things you want to make sure is that when the drone came in, when the first time I went in, they have arming mode on aux 2. This is express LRS drone, so arming mode I have to be on aux 1. That's where I have my arming mode. Horizon mode I have it on. I'm not really sure. I will see how it does on horizon mode. And throttle mode I have aux 5. User one, this is to turn on and off your LED light, and I also got it on aux 5 high. And as far as the motor goes, everything is in order, so you don't really need to mess with anything here. And the drone does come with reverse prop. They already have Blue Jay uploaded in the ESC, and as you can see, bar direction of this shot is already on. They have the OST already set up. Well, folks, so let's go straight to the flight. And I thought it'd be a good idea to start by flying inside, because after all, this is a 85mm drone or 2-inch drone. And I have to say, as far as flying goes, he does fly as good inside as he does outside. Now I do have my little Runcam Thumb PRO on it. Oh my God, I cannot talk today. And usually with this battery, this is a 750 battery, I get about 6 to 7 minutes flight time. Now I don't know if the extra added weight, if I'm gonna be getting less flight time, more likely. There we go. As I was saying, it is a pretty good flying drone. And Flywoo did a pretty good job on the tune of this little guy. There is not much wind today, but on a different day I took it out and it was a windy day, and for a cinewhoop it actually handled the wind pretty good. You got some bubbling, a little bit of bubble just because of the wind, but overall it did a pretty good job. Let's see if we get speed S right here. Look at that. That's pretty good. And of course, this is not really meant to be a freestyle drone, but hey, if you buy the thing, you fly the way you want to. I usually kind of cruise with it because it is a pretty good cruiser inside and out. And just for the video, I'm kind of doing a little bit more of aggressive flying, but that's not the type of fly I do with this guy. But for a 2-inch drone, it does fly remarkably good. Now there is a CPU mounts that you can buy for the Runcam Pro, and it is like $6 on Get APV. But I don't really like that one because it has the vertical position on the Runcam Pro, so I had to design my own CPU. And actually I don't know how good this is, but after this I'll look at the footage, and if I like the footage I may post a file on Thingiverse. We're gonna wait for this car to pass. And what's the flat time so far? We're about 3 minutes, and my battery is kind of on the low side. But then again, guys, I think I cannot show you what needed to be shown. I'm gonna go ahead and land. So with the Runcam Pro on top, flat time went down to about 4 minutes. But hey, that's pretty good for a 2-inch drone. So I'm gonna go ahead and land. Stop killing my battery. And guys, I will see you on the next one.